Let's talk about one of the key clashes this weekend, Ruben Dias against Kai Havertz. Now, in my personal opinion, Ruben Dias has taken a slight drop-off in performance level versus last year. You've seen his aerial duel win rate fall from about 61% to 49%. His tackle success rate is still very solid, but it feels like Nathan Ake is potentially the only City defender that's really kept their level at the same from last year. But Ruben Dias, loads of experience now. But he is coming up against a man in great form in Kai Havertz. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists in his last 6 games for Arsenal. He scored during the international break against France, linking up really well with Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz there. So he comes into this game full of confidence.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Havertz as well has a good record against Man City in recent times, at least. He obviously scored the winner in the Champions League final for Chelsea against them. And this season, he did well in the Community Shield as that central striker. As Arsenal won on penalties, he also came off the bench and set up the Martinelli winner at the Emirates Stadium. He does give them that physical sort of ability up front, you know, that outlet that they maybe don't have otherwise. He can win headers, he can win duels, he can bring others into play, he can run in behind as well. So I think Dias is the man they will look to, Man City, to stop him. You know, he's they're probably their best defender in the air, even if his numbers have dipped, as Doogie mentioned. So that will be a really interesting battle. Obviously, Dias dropped against Liverpool. Klopp said that was more about needing pace against Nunez with Akanji, but in this instance, Dias looks like the one who will be asked to stop Kai Havertz.
Yeah, because they will certainly pay Kai Havertz a lot of respect. You mentioned the Champions League final, that ball through from Mason Mount, Kai Havertz on the end of it and scoring to give Chelsea the Champions League trophy. But has the thought been of there's never any doubting that he's a very talented player, Kai Havertz. It's where do you play him and what do you do with him? And has Mikel Arteta unlocked that conundrum?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? I think he's, in many ways, a victim of his own versatility, as you say. He's played well in a number of positions over the years. For Bayer Leverkusen, more as a withdrawn 10, sometimes on the left or right of a 4-2-2-2. For Arsenal, he's played very well in that Xhaka role more recently, but it's really at centre-forward where he's put in his best performances for Arsenal now. As you mentioned, pretty much every manager that he's played for, either at international level or at club level, has made him a key part of their side. He hasn't always delivered on a consistent basis, but it's great to see Kai Havertz, who was so maligned when he joined Arsenal for huge money in the summer, really start to repay that transfer fee, with only Saka scoring more league goals than him this season for Arsenal.